Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Clerk's Corner. I'm Ashlyn Honeycutt, the Public Information Specialist, and today we have our Official Records Manager, Ms. Candace Miller, and she's here to walk us through the passport application process. So welcome, Candace.
Thank you so much for having me.
Happy to have you. So Candace, starting off, who can apply for a passport?
The short answer is anyone. Since the clerk of the court is just an acceptance facility, we're able to accept any application as long as it meets the requirements. The Department of State is who's going to determine if the individual applying is able to hold a U.S. passport or not.
And who can't apply for a passport? And when individuals come in to apply, what documentation do they need to bring with them?
Absolutely. So again, we don't necessarily turn anyone away because we are only an acceptance facility. We do see that sometimes we have to reject applications when they're in front of us only for the simple fact that they may not meet the requirements to apply. So maybe they don't have their driver's license, they don't have certificate of naturalization or state issued ID, photo, the applications may or may not be filled out correctly, and that's really the only time anyone cannot apply with our office.
And what are those two different passport applications called?
Absolutely. So we have the DS-11, which is what we consider a first-time application, or the DS-82, which is the renewal application.
And where do you go to apply for a passport here in Citrus County?
We have two locations for the clerk's office, one at our annex location and one at our Meadowcrest location. However, if the customer cannot make it to one of those two locations, the website for the passport agency is travel.state.gov, and they have a great website where it tells you where you can and cannot apply within Citrus County, and it also gives you a relative timeline of the application process.
And what costs and fees could an individual incur when applying for their passport?
Right, that is a loaded question because the standard answer is $130 for a passport book. For adults, $100 for a minor passport book, $30 for an adult passport card, $15 for a minor passport card. There's additional fees that may accrue, and that's where it gets a little bit tricky. So all the standard fees are required. There's also a $35 acceptance agent fee that is required, but additional fees that can accrue are additional expedited service fees for $60, an additional $19.53 for 1 to 2 day shipping of the passport back to the applicant, and additional copies or photo fees at each location where they apply.
And do you have to apply for your passport in person? And if you do you have to have your picture taken?
A photo is absolutely a requirement for either one of the applications. So the DS-11, again, that first time application has to be in an office. It has to be sworn under oath by an acceptance agent. The DS-82, which is more of the renewal application, that can be absolutely executed without coming into our office. But again, both require a photo.
And does our office offer photo services?
We do. At this time, we offer photo services at both of our locations. For $15, we're able to take your photo. We do offer free veteran photos. So if you are a veteran, we are more than happy, and it's our pleasure to provide you a free passport photo.
And how long before someone's trip should they be applying for their passport?
The Department of State recommends that you apply within 6 months or before 6 months of travel. They do have current timelines posted on their website, which again is travel.state.gov. That they do recommend that you check there for the most up-to-date timeline for the application process. They do have routine service and expedited services, but because those timelines do change quite frequently, they recommend going to their website for the most up-to-date processing times.
And how will individuals that applied for their passport, how will they get their passport and their original documentation back?
It's going to be mailed back to them using the address that's contained on their application. It will be mailed back in a pretty inconspicuous envelope, but it will be mailed there, and they can, again, check that tracking on travel.state.gov to just make sure that it's received in a timely manner and received at the address provided.
Thank you so much for explaining the whole passport application process for us today, Candace.
You are so welcome.
And we will see you all next week for our next episode.
Bye.